So when I first started, either I had to machine myself or find a machine shop to do it. I started outsourcing, and that didn't take very long before I realized that other machine shops have a schedule too. And what ended up happening was I was a low volume customer to them. My stuff sat for weeks and weeks and weeks, and that wasn't gonna work. And so I thought, I'm never gonna be able to afford a brand new CNC mill big enough to fit these gearboxes in. You know, I just kind of had it in my mind, I'm gonna have to go get something used. Somebody referred me to Alberto in Cleveland, in Twinsburg at the HFO. And so I got a hold of Alberto, and he came out, and we probably talked for, must have been an hour or two. And he explained to me how Haas understands small machine shops and people trying to get going. And they had some programs in place, and he said, look, by the time you buy a machine, repair any problems with it, get it delivered, set up, get your tooling up and whatnot, you're gonna be at X amount of dollars. And he says, Haas has everything in place for you to where if you buy this machine, it was a VM3, you know, all your options that you need are included. We'll tell you how much freight is. It's all part of my quote. It's to your door, you're up and running, installed, you're machining, making chips. And I said, okay. And he came back with a number that blew me away. I had no idea that you could get into this with a new machine. And with one of the best reputations in the machining industry, as far as equipment goes and CNC equipment goes, he came back with a quote, and I said, well, I could do this, you know? So basically he came on, and I said, well, maybe, you know, let's see if we can make something happen here. So we ended up buying the machine, and one of the other things that sold me, by the way, is the support that Haas will offer to its customers. And I thought, well, yeah, you know, you think everybody wants to sell a machine. They usually say that. That's just something that salesmen say. And I thought, okay, well, we'll see how this actually goes. Well, once the machine was in and up and installed, Alberto was a man of his word. He said, call the application engineer in Twinsburg named Casey. So I did, and I can't tell you how much time Casey spent at my shop teaching me the machine, holding my hand, telling me how to do this. And I wasn't a machinist. I'd seen CNC mills before, and I just bought one. So I thought, well, geez, how am I going to learn all this G&M code? And he says, well, we got a class, we'll send you to that. Haas put me through a few days of G&M code, and they had a whole class and a whole curriculum set up for it. And it was very much geared towards new guys. The control was easy. They made it easy to understand. And I would say within 3 to 4 weeks, somebody who never was machining ever was sitting at the mill, and I was writing programs. You know, I'm just kind of blown away by the support from such a large company. They made me feel like I was their only customer, you know, and I mean, it was awesome. I mean, I went from not knowing anything to machining my own parts in literally inside of 90 days.